Come on! That's two.
Braves beat their Western Division rivals, the Cotuit Kettlers, tonight by a final score of 4-1. And beside Blaine McCormick, Alexander Moore, myself, Rob Werner, is the pitcher, the player of the game, Jared DiCesare. Jared, you went 5 2/3, 6 strikeouts against very good Kettlers offense. How are you able to keep hitters off balance?
Just trusting my stuff, trusting Cooper's pitch calling. You got to have confidence out there, and it kind of shows. You got to execute pitches. Any chance you get, can't give them any leeway. So you always got to keep them off balance.
So your first appearance was out of the bullpen, and then you just get a game start in your second appearance. What's the difference in your approach, before the game and before the game, what are you doing beforehand?
It's definitely a routine. I started a good bit of games this spring for George Mason. I just think picking a routine is kind of key. I'll go down to the last minute. I start 30 minutes before the game if I'm throwing, but just about getting your body right, you're stretching, you're throwing, all that. Just kind of getting yourself in the mindset that you're about to go, kind of start the game, and you're gonna control the game. So that's kind of how I have the mindset.
Jared, away from baseball, you've got a pretty good appearance going with the hair right now. Got a little John Gray-esque young Noah Syndergaard. Do you think that adds some velo to your pitches?
I sure hope so. I don't know what I was doing, but any chance you can bump up the numbers on the velo, you always find anything you can do. Superstition is big in baseball, so maybe it is the hair. Who knows?
Jared, like Alex was saying a little bit, you come out of the bullpen the last game, you start this game. What are you more comfortable doing? I know you got experience doing both at George Mason.
Yeah. Whatever situation I'm in, I just obviously try to do my best. But if I have to, be completely honest, obviously I'd love to start. It's just about, taking control of the game. You're on your own time up there. You can kind of have the pace of the game, at your fingertips. So I just like my preparation up until and then throughout the game, being able to kind of adjust as we go, and that's kind of what I like.
So Jared DiCesare was on his own tonight, and he got the win for the Braves. 5 2/3, scoreless innings, struck out 6 Kettlers as the Braves win this game 4-1. We'll be back tomorrow at the Falmouth Commodores. We'll hope to see you then. The Bourne Braves beat their Western Division rivals, the Cotuit Kettlers, today by a final score of 4-1. Behind some great pitching and some timely offense. For Tomahawk Talk right now, join alongside me, Alexander Moore and Blaine McCormick. I'm your host, Rob Werner. Blaine, I want to start with you. Jared DiCesare, the starting pitcher for the Braves tonight, really was fantastic. He came out of the bullpen in his last appearance, but this game he started 5 2/3, 6 strikeouts, just gave up 1 run. What was he doing so well to keep the Kettlers hitters off balance?
Well, I think it was really having to go to his starting pitching and getting ahead of the count too. The first at bat of the entire ball game, the entire ball game for the Kettlers, we saw a strikeout, and immediately from that moment on, I was like, this could go the distance for him. And normally we've seen the starters go about 4 innings, maybe possibly 5, but for him, he went 5 2/3, was just about to finish out the last half of the inning and stuff, but he's been really impressive and a complete flip of the script from his first appearance here in Cape Cod.
So he gave up just 3 hits, Alexander, but you also mentioned the bullpen really did their thing tonight.
Yeah, they really did. Jacob Wallace, and then Trey Vanderweide, Nick Moriali, and then also those were the 3 that, they have seemed to be Harvey Shapiro's go-to guys out of the bullpen. I mean, they only gave up, 3 hits or 4 hits and no runs scored at all. Great job by the bullpen. It's so reliable and it's really big time when you can have a bullpen that can lock it down like those 3.
So the bullpen really did a great job tonight. Who are your guys' players of the game? Blaine, we'll start with you.
Well, I mean, we've been talking about pitching for a lot of this Tomahawk Talk, but I'm going to go on the hitter standpoint and go with Spencer Brickhouse for this one. He's been on a tear as of lately, and he went 2 for 4 today with an RBI. You know, I've really been impressed with his swing, also his speed. He's looked very good, improved very much from last year, and we saw the bullpen, like you mentioned, Alex, be the rotation block for this Braves pitching staff last year, and they're exceeding on it. But for the hitters, they bounced back from a poor performance in the doubleheader. Great performance here in Cotuit.
Alex, your guy?
Jared DiCesare. I mean, 5 2/3, 6 strikeouts. What was it? 1 hit ball going into the 6th inning. Oh yeah, come on. That's it. It's easy.
All right, I'm going with Alika Williams. He's done pretty well offensively. 2 for 4 tonight with an RBI, a big run scored, but also the biggest play I think of the game, the defensive play he made, throwing out a Kettleer runner at home when it was tied 1-1 in the 6th inning. I think that might have been the biggest play of the game, and he's showing off not just the offense, but also the defense. He had a great showing, as did a lot of the Braves tonight. Tomorrow, the Braves will be at the Falmouth Commodores with the first pitch set for 5 p.m. We'll see you then.